It is difficult to find happiness within oneself, but it is impossible to find it anywhere else. The majority of men are not capable of thinking, but only of believing, and are not accessible to reason, but only to authority. A pessimist is an optimist in full possession of the facts. All truth passes through three stages. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently opposed. Third, it is accepted as being self-evident. We can regard our life as a uselessly disturbing episode in the blissful repose of nothingness. A man can be himself only so long as he is alone, and if he does not love solitude, he will not love freedom, for it is only when he is alone that he is really free. Marrying means to grasp blindfolded into a sack hoping to find out an eel out of an assembly of snakes. Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. A high degree of intellect tends to make a man unsocial. We seldom think of what we have but always of what we lack. Therefore, rather than grateful, we are bitter. Just remember, once you are over the hill you begin to pick up speed. The person who writes for fools is always sure of a large audience. If we suspect that a man is lying, we should pretend to believe him, for then he becomes bold and assured, lies more vigorously, and is unmasked. The shortness of life, so often lamented, may be the best thing about it. Religion is the masterpiece of the art of animal training, for it trains people as to how they shall think. You are free to do what you want, but you are not free to want what you want. The universe is a dream dreamed by a single dreamer, where all the dream characters dream too. The more unintelligent a man is, the less mysterious existence seems to him. Man is never happy, but spends his whole life in striving after something which he thinks will make him so. Compassion for animals is intimately associated with goodness of character, and it may be confidently asserted that he who is cruel to animals cannot be a good man. We forfeit 3/4 of ourselves in order to be like other people.
Wealth is like seawater. The more we drink, the thirstier we become, and the same is true of fame. There is something in us that is wiser than our head. To overcome difficulties is to experience the full delight of existence. If anyone spends almost the whole day in reading, he gradually loses the capacity for thinking. This is the case with many learned persons. They have read themselves stupid. To feel envy is human, to savor shodden fruit is devilish. The greatest of follies is to sacrifice health for any other kind of happiness. Happiness belongs to those who are sufficient unto themselves. For all external sources of happiness and pleasure are, by their very nature, highly uncertain, precarious, ephemeral and subject to chance. The safest way of not being very miserable is not to expect to be very happy. He who does not enjoy solitude will not love freedom. Thus, the task is not so much to see what no one yet has seen, but to think what nobody yet has thought about that which everybody sees. Almost all of our sorrows spring out of our relations with other people. Man is the only animal who causes pain to others with no other object than wanting to do so. In the whole world there is no study so beneficial and so elevating as that of the Upanishads. It has been the solace of my life, it will be the solace of my death. After your death you will be what you were before your birth. When you look back on your life, it looks as though it were a plot, but when you are into it, it's a mess, just one surprise after another. Then, later, you see it was perfect. The life of every individual is really always a tragedy, but gone through in detail, it has the character of a comedy. The two enemies of human happiness are pain and boredom. Nature shows that with the growth of intelligence comes increased capacity for pain, and it is only with the highest degree of intelligence that suffering reaches its supreme point.